Julian Cannon back here at Wrestlecon. We have MMA legend Dan Severn. Tell the world how you're doing.
Well, Julian, I'm having a fantastic night here. It's my third time ever being at Wrestlecon, and I'll just say that I'm shocked on a Friday that there's so many people not at work who are here. So I was told earlier that people save up their vacation days to do something like this. I'm going, that would have never have entered my mind, but then that's the mind of the beast.
The mind of the freaking beast. In fact, what is on your mind today besides WrestleCon?
Well, I mean, it's I've got an action-packed 5 days. I mean, I flew in late Wednesday night. I had a very busy day yesterday. Today is just going to be the same thing throughout the course of Sunday night. I'll be on a plane that I'll arrive late back into Phoenix, Arizona.
Now, you're a legend in the MMA world. First started with UFC, and you had done martial arts and et cetera. Now, tell me, what would have happened?
Actually, Jaden, I'll correct you there. I had really no martial arts. When I walked into the UFC my first time, I'm the guy that put American wrestling on the scene. I'm the very first world-class wrestler to ever walk inside the octagon. Now, you fast forward that to today. Now, that was back in 1994. Fast forward to today. When you look at the top 10 guys per weight class, 8 or 9 of them have the origins of amateur wrestling as their backbone. You got to learn something about submissions, so involvement of judo, jiu-jitsu, but then also you have to involve something with striking, so Muay Thai, some boxing skills, kickboxing on top of that.
Now, did you ever expect to win those 3 belts, which you got right here, especially the NWA one at the time?
Actually, at the time I was doing things, my first profession was professional wrestling as of the 1992 Olympics. I first got involved into that. And because a lot of people, they saw me go from the UFC to the WWE, which, that was my transition. But I was a professional wrestler as of 1992. UFC did not even exist really till 1994, back in the no-holds-barred days. So I got involved with it at that point. And I'll just say that they were just really 2 hobbies for me because there wasn't enough money on the independent wrestling scene. There wasn't enough money on the fight scene or the professional wrestling scene. So I always just looked upon them as they're just kind of high risk type of hobbies that I have.
You have any funny stories with Jim Cornette?
Well, I mean, the funny stories. I don't know if I can tell funny stories. Jim Cornette has actually played a vital role for me on a couple different occasions. I mean, when I first came to the WWF at the time, now known as WWE, he would be so frustrated with the creative team. He'd come out, he'd be like pulling his hair out of his head. He goes, Dan, this creative team doesn't have a clue what to do with you. He goes, you're the greatest thing to hit professional wrestling. You're a wrestler who can wrestle, okay? He says, you're not going to sit out there and flex and cut promos. You're just going to go out there and dismantle people. And he goes, that's all I want you to do. He goes, I'll be your mouthpiece. You go out there, just dismantle them. So I thought, I'll do it. But again, he had to convince a lot of other people.
When did you first hear about the Brawl for All?
The Brawl for All was just something that was brought up at one of the shows, one of the house shows that were taking place. Just a couple of different agents came out, gathered up all the talent into the cafeteria area and just said, we got this concept that we're going to be doing called the Brawl for All. But they basically said everyone's going to be involved, all the guys are going to be involved with this except for 2, Ken Shamrock, Dan Severn. You 2 are not going to be involved in this. But then it goes on, I don't know, like 3-4 weeks it goes on. Then all of a sudden one of the road agents comes up to me and goes, Dan, how would you like to be in the Brawl for All tonight? I go, against who and how much? They gave me a name. They gave me a price tag. I go, done. I go, but I don't want to wear boxing gloves. They're like, well, you can't go out there bare knuckle. I go, I will never throw a single punch in my life, but I will show you what a real wrestler can do against someone that is only going to be boxing me.
I would have said, if you was in it from the start to the beginning, you would have won the whole thing.
Well, again, I don't possess boxing capabilities, but if you allow me to incorporate my grappling ability along with it, I'm okay there now.
Now, who are some of your favorite fighters you see today?
Well, I never really watched the product. I still don't really watch the product. I will catch a show or I catch a token match here or there. I mean, I'm aware of people. I'll watch that token match. I just don't watch much television to begin with. I don't watch that much on the internet to begin with. It's I'll say it like this there, Julian. There are two types of people. There are going to be those that are going to watch life pass them by. And then there's going to be those that are going to be in the game. I will be in the game up till I can't, and then I will watch life pass me by.
Now, if Conor McGregor was here right now, what would you say to him?
I don't have nothing to say to him.
Oh, nothing?
What would you say to him there?
I've never fought in my life, so I wouldn't know.
No, I mean, well, again, you ask me an open question like that. I mean, it's just my impressions of him. I've never met him before. He was able to use his mouth in order to get him some of his best paydays ever. So, again, he used his mouth, but he also used his intellect. He studied various opponents, and he studied how to get underneath their skin. So at different types of UFC type of press conference, stuff like that, he did things or he said things to get underneath the skin of another athlete. And to me, it's like going, we live in a very strange world nowadays where everyone wants to be politically correct. I'm not a politically correct person. I'm blunt to the point. I have no place in politics. I have no place in a lot of different areas. But I go, I can sleep well at night, and I don't have nothing weighing on my conscience whatsoever.
Any final thoughts before we go?
No, I mean, if you have more people, if you folks don't know who I am, simply Google my name, Dan DeBee Severn, whether it be for professional wrestling, whether it be for mixed martial arts, cage fighting, or amateur wrestling. I've had a career that has spanned just over 5 decades, and I'm hoping to squeeze it out into a 6th decade.
And you have all the belts to prove it, along with all the titles you got.
I have just over 100 state, national, and or international titles and or records to my credit. There's not another human being, living or deceased, that's even close to me. And it's not just one area. It's in multiple areas. Like I said, amateur wrestling folk style. We're the only country that does folk style. Also freestyle Greco-Roman. That's the 2 international style. So again, just a lot of other stuff that I know we got people here, noise in the background, but Google the name and just know that one day there will be a movie featuring Dan the Beast Severn.
The Beast, everyone. Thank you so much for coming on this interview.